Alright, what's going on guys, Shiina here, and today I'm working on my drift car a little bit because next week on Thursday there's going to be a drift event, and usually I cannot afford these type of things to go drifting on drift events and stuff, but somebody is kind of sponsoring me. He paid for my entry and all that, and I'm giving him some ride-alongs. He's joining up as well. He got a Sherman, which is pretty cool, super stock, very clean. It's a daily kind of, more like a collector item kind of car, but anyway, so next week is the drift event on Thursday. Right now it's Friday night and I still got a lot to do on my drift car. So a couple videos ago I did a brake booster delete. I still haven't finished it because I couldn't get the materials to build this one up. I thought about making like an aluminum one, get it CNC, but that would end up costing more than just buying one from like some brand that produces them, whatever. So I gotta put the brake booster back in, but I also gotta kind of do the starter, which is all the way behind the manifold, exhaust intake and exhaust manifold. I got a new one for 40 bucks, I believe, 50 shipped. Oh man, this thing's heavy. Oh. Almost slipped out of my hand. Anyway, this thing is brand new. So this was some old stock some shop had laying around. This was the last one they had, and it was for sale for more than a year almost, which is pretty crazy to me to think about. I hope this one fits just right, because like sometimes you get parts for these engines, these 4K ones. For an example, the alternator, like I had to rig, yeah, I won't be able to show you. Oops. But you have to rig up your own wiring, kind of like the plugs never seem to fit, or they're just like completely different plugs. So what I have been doing right now is, because of the starter location, on a right-hand drive one, you can just go ahead, unbolt the starter, pull it out, you're good. But on the left-hand drive ones, the steering shaft, which is right there, it's like right next to the starter, and it doesn't allow it to be removed like that. So usually you would have to take off the intake and exhaust manifold, the top here, the whole carburetor thing. But that means we gotta get new gaskets, because these gaskets are crazy old, and I do not want to have a risk pulling vacuum leaks and stuff and then like not run right. So we pulled off the bottom of the exhaust out here. We did do a tube modification, so while I was in the car, I welded it up, and there's still some holes which I'm going to be patching up. So yeah, on the agenda is the starter gotta get replaced, because this one, I had it for so many years now. It starts up sometimes, but sometimes you would put the key in and then it would just like, and it would just click and there's nothing going on, and you wait an hour or a half hour and then it would just turn over, no problem. And then you would let it go and then you try again and then it would not do it anymore. So the starter is kind of cooked, and we got a brand new one for 40 bucks, 50 bucks shipped, I believe. So which is pretty crazy cheap, because starters are expensive as fuck. But I've been working out here on the bottom of the car, and yeah, it's crazy dark, you cannot see shit. But there's so little space, it's crazy uncomfortable. So I got the starter out, and it was kind of a puzzle, kind of Tetris-y to get it out. But eventually I got it out, but the old one, the original one, doesn't really look like this one. This one looks a lot different. I hope this one fits just fine, even the connections are in a different spot. I hope it works, because otherwise I have no clue what to do. And I hope I can even get this one in, because like it was like really puzzly getting this thing out, and you had to do it in the exact specific way. And I don't know why the fuck this one stopped working, kinda, but... So I've been grinding on this thing for like, I think I've been on it for 2.5 hours, maybe 3. It's been a shit show trying to get this starter out and a new one in. But we finally got it, and the whole location of like where the bolts sit and like the connection for the ground and the other wire, whatever, it was in a completely different location, and it was very hard to get that starter back in. And first you had to connect the wires and then put it in, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to reach the wires and shit. But I think we should be good. It's kind of shiny and nice. Y'all cannot see really probably, but It's in there. And I just gotta tighten up 2 bolts, and then I'm gonna be testing out if it works, because like I don't want to put the exhaust back on and then like find out it doesn't work. Yeah, I'll tighten those bolts and I'll try to start this thing up. I hope it works. I'm gonna be so pissed if it don't, because like 3 hours for this fucking piece, like bruh, it was hard. Like if it was on a lift, probably would have been way faster. Like it's just because you're on the floor and you don't even have space for your arms. You're like, and you can't do shit. Okay, so we got the starter in. Everything's connected. I tightened up those last 2 bolts. This is the key. I'm gonna try and start it. I hope it turns over. I'm gonna be pissed if it don't. It's still doing this thing. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? What the fuck is going on? Bruh. It still does the clicky thing. That's what I'm talking about. Why is it doing that? What the fuck? Bro! Okay, so after like clicking it for like a million times, eventually it started up. Oh! Oh, it works! It works! I don't know, maybe it just needs to get loose, get used a bit. But yeah, the beginning was not very promising, I'm telling you that much. Oh yeah, my fuel. So, I'm having like a shit ton of electrical problems. At first my clock stopped working and now it works again. I don't know what's going on with that. Sometimes it makes this beep, beep, beep noise for no reason. It does that when the door's open and you leave the lights on or the contact off. And then my check engine lights, I don't know what's going on. There's like a lot of electrical problems apparently. But we'll be good. We'll be good. Do you even see anything? Like I got ISO up all the way. It seems to start now. I just hope it doesn't go back to that clicky thing, because I don't know what the fuck that was. Maybe something wasn't really aligned, or it just had to get kicked loose because it's so old. I got no clue, but it starts right now, and I hope it stays doing that. Okay. No! Look, it does a clicky. Fuck you. And now my engine light thingies are properly lit up. I don't know what's going on here. Too much bullshit is going on. Okay. Bro, it sounds nasty. Anyway, I'm just like trying to start it, not start it, start it a bit. Just to see what my odds are. Look, clicky! This is exactly why I bought a new starter, because the old one kept doing it and it was so annoying. We still got this fucking problem. All these... How do I fix it? Bruh. Bruh. Bro. Oh my god. I'm so pissed. So I've been fucking around with start a little bit, but it wouldn't turn over. It would just click the whole time, and then out of nowhere it starts again, and it started like 3 times in a row. which is pretty good, I guess. I don't know, but starter is giving me kind of a headache. I don't know what the fuck to do. The starter solenoid is brand new. It's a whole complete starter. I just cannot imagine what else could be going on. If it was a starter relay, it should not be this inconsistent to be the point where it might start 5 times in a row and then like 50 times in a row not starting. It's very weird. I don't know where to fucking look for this problem. Maybe it's like some contact point, I'm not gonna fucking rip this fucking starter back out right now. I'm fucking done with this fucking piece. I'd rather fucking push start the car with a couple of people, I guess, when I'm at the track day, rather than spend another fucking minute on that. I put the exhaust back on, but before I put the exhaust back on, I wanna fix some things. There's a couple holes out there, and this type of JB weld that they sell out here didn't really hold too well. I JB welded it up, yes, and it did not hold because it's a different brand or some shit. I don't know. I JB welded my exhaust before and it always held up. This is some off-brand, like they're not allowed to sell the real JB weld out here because there's some toxic stuff in it or some shit. Like Europe has some bullshit going on, you know? Oh my god, so I've been fucking around for this for like 10 minutes maybe. Last time it took me more than like an hour to take it out because of all the spacing, and I did not want to like remove the master sill because if we do that we gotta like bleed everything. I'm alone out here. I don't have like a vacuum bleeder and all that. But I got this thing back in. I gotta just tighten the bolts on the inside. I gotta tighten those 2 bolts. And then I gotta put the rod back. Oh my god, I almost forgot about the rod. Okay, so then we gotta put the rod back in. And this little thing that goes onto the pedal itself. We gotta adjust the leverage and all that on that. So I've been rambling about the brake booster and the starter and all that for a little bit. I'm sorry. So out here we got some oils. We got some 540, but it makes the car run, you know. It's like we got some gearbox oil, and we're still gonna get some diff oil as well. We got some Rain X because we will be drifting on wet. They don't allow dry drifting because of like environmental stuff. I don't know the exact reason why, and like sound wise maybe the noise complaints. They have so many weird crazy rules around here. But I got no wipers, and if it's all wet, like can't see shit. So we got the Rain X, my boys. So I just finished putting the brake booster back in. It's pretty disgusting. I really wanted to delete it because it brings the reservoir way back. Everything's still nice and open around here. You don't have this huge disgusting box. But the drift event is next week, and I really want to drive. I will be doing the delete another time. Okay, so y'all can't really see shit, but the exhaust is back on completely. We got the brake booster in. Everything should be good. I'm gonna start it right now just to see how it sounds like with those little holes fixed that I had in my exhaust. Oh, 3 million tools out in my car out here. Another one. Are you dripping? Can't have that at the racetrack. We're gonna get kicked out. Don't do that. So hence is why I'm getting with a thicker oil, kinda that is more resistant to heat in higher temperatures. It won't get thin as quick as the one that I got now. This is 30 that's in here. I need to do my oil change anyway. The fluid, transmission fluid, just to be sure everything's good. Drop the oil. Drop the oil. Drop the oil. What the fuck am I saying? So am I curious to see if it starts. First try. Oh! Oh boy! Bruh. Oh, it sounds so good now. I don't know what's going on, but there's like a lot of smoke out here. Oh my god, that's a huge exhaust leak. Oh my god. So the exhaust is leaking like crazy out there. So for a second I was thinking I had an exhaust leak, but apparently I think it's maybe just WD-40 that's on there. That's just burning off, I think. It just looked weird because as soon as you pull the throttle, there's supposed to be like, if it was an exhaust leak, it was like this pressure and it makes the cloud go different ways, whatever. I don't know. It started perfectly fine again. So right now I'm just gonna let it sit for a bit, let it cool off, then I'm gonna drain the oil. My gearbox oil, I don't know if I'm gonna drain it yet because like I don't have enough gearbox oil as it is right now, and I leaked quite a bit when I was swapping the diff and I did not refill it. I'm gonna get probably some gearbox and diff oil tomorrow afternoon. And so beside the drift car, what do you need at a track day when you go drifting? So you need a jack, you need some tools and all that. So this weekend is gonna be dedicated to just prepping up a little bit for the drift event. I'm gonna bring an extra helmet. So anybody who wanna get a ride along with me, you can just join up. It doesn't cost anything. Visitors is free. You're free to go and watch the event. If you wanna get a ride along, come to this car, talk to me. I'll give you a ride along because it's you. Just because it's you. Just for you, I'm giving a ride along. Anyway, that's that, I guess. There's a lot of stuff to do, but yeah. Okay, so the weather has been kind of crazy lately. A lot of wind, a lot of rain. I don't know what's going on out here, but last week, no, it was during this week, I think. It was like hailing, snowing, raining like crazy. All of a sudden, sun is shining like crazy, bro. Like beautiful weather. I'm talking beautiful weather. And even before the hail and shit, it was beautiful weather. Like, beautiful weather. Hail, rain, snow. Beautiful weather. Crazy. Just crazy. So, let's drain the oil. I hope it's not hot. I haven't let it sit for too long. I was gonna get dinner first, but it's a little too late to go cook right now. Yeah, we don't have a magnetic plug on this thing. So I got no clue if there's metal and shit in there. So I just put it back on the floor. I filled the oil up. There's Valvoline, this whatever this is, that's in there. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna be getting some gearbox oil because this is not enough. This is like, can't fill a transmission with that. So I'm gonna get some more transmission oil. I'm gonna get some diff oil. Usually you would put in the gearbox GL4 and in the diff GL5. The additives are way different. So if you ever wonder, go with GL5 in the rear, GL4 in the gearbox. There's like a lot of these oils that have like GL4 slash GL5. It's multi-purpose, I guess, which I think is fine, but it's kind of weird. Maybe if you just beat on it and race on it a lot, I would say change it out a little bit. But don't ever put GL5 in a gearbox. It will start leaking. Don't ever put GL4 in a diff because it cannot handle those pressures and it will just turn into water and do nothing. So this weekend I will be prepping for the drift event. We gotta get some tools sorted out. I gotta get a bag full of like every single spanner that I can imagine, kind of like in case if something goes wrong. I don't want to be stuck at the racetrack and be like, oh, can't drive the car right now. That's the end of the event. Don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna be prepping a little bit. I'm not gonna be taking spare parts with me and stuff too much. I'm just gonna go with very basic tools, just as little as possible, but just make sure I'm able to work on it in case if I needed to. Oh, and I'm gonna test my brakes right now because, but whatever. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you want to see more of this hoopty, watch the other videos, I guess.